Ryan, you had a few days away in Portugal. You've had a few days out on the training ground as well at Rees, and now you just played your first 90 minutes. How do you feel it's all going?
I think it's been going well. Training's gone smoothly. Portugal was really good for the players and the staff, especially the new signings integrating into the group. It's good to go places like that when you're around each other 24/7 for a few days. Get to know each other a little bit better than when you just hit the training ground. You finish training, sometimes you shoot straight off. So for things like that, I think it was really good. Obviously the facilities and that out there were excellent. The weather was really good. So we got double sessions in most days. So we've had plenty of work on the training pitch from a physical point of view, and also just starting to drip feed some tactical things in now, which we want to build on from last year, and obviously introduce to the new signings. So yeah, it's the last week or two is it's been good so far.
There's nothing better than 90 minutes of football, though, is there, for players? They want to play the games, and you got off to a fine start. It was a 5-0 win in the end, but what did you get out of the game?
Yes, the players are eager to get them games under the belts, but for us it's just an extension of training at the moment. We don't look too much into the results of the games. It's about what we're getting out from a physical point of view, what we're getting out from a tactical point of view, and the things we've just started dripping into the training weeks. And there were some really positive signs. The most pleasing thing is all the players got through the 45 minutes that they played injury-free, which first and foremost, that was the first thing to get through, and then obviously starting to now add to the physical minutes, building on that load, and then seeing some of the outcomes of the things we've been working on in the training pitch coming out today.
What is your overall assessment? You have all sorts of data, you have all sorts of facilities to check out players' fitness is. What's your first thoughts now, a couple of weeks into a full set of training days?
Yeah, we've had meetings every day about it, making sure that the players are where they should be. First day of pre-season, when they went through all the testing, the players, every player improved from when they first came back in the building last year. So straight away we're ahead of where we were last year. And throughout the week, like you say, every day we've been having meetings in terms of what players are hitting. Certain players have to hit certain targets for their load, and we're on track with that, and they all look that they're in the right condition of where they need to be at this point in pre-season.
We're still a month away from the big kick-off. Of course, you've already added some new faces who seem to be settling in quickly. Have you sort of identified now what sort of targets and positions you need, if you can, before the big kick-off?
Yeah, we know that we want 2 or 3 additions, which obviously I won't go into too much detail about, but we want to see at least 2 or 3 new additions signed sooner rather than later. Hopefully within the next week or two we'd have had at least 2 through the door, and then potentially 1 more later on in the window. But that's the plan, just to add to the current squad that we've got at the moment.
You've got some trialists been with you for a few days and got some minutes under the belt as well against Newcastle. One in particular was a goalkeeping situation. Where are you up to with those?
Yeah, so obviously we've had Philip in from Aston Villa. They were kind enough to allow him to come on the trip with us. So we've had a good look at him throughout this week. And obviously Aston Villa allowed us to play him in the game today, which is, we're grateful for that. He settled into the group really well. We'll go away and have a meeting, or have some meetings with the staff for what the next steps are. And there was obviously a couple of other. There was Nathaniel and there was Billy. They're obviously currently training with us at the moment, and we'll probably expose them into another couple of games to see how they do, and then go from there.
There's always a worry in pre-season that players can overdo it, and you mentioned that word eager. They can be too eager as well. You've 1 or 2 players missing through injury. Just an update of how things are there. Is it just a tread carefully job?
Yeah, so obviously Chris Long had an injury at the back end of last season. We're making sure that we're we're probably being overly cautious with Longy because we want him to make sure that he's available for that first game of the season. So he's had a different training programme to what the majority of the group is. Same with Connor Thomas, he's had a different schedule, although Connor got some minutes under his belt today because he's slightly further down the line than what Longy is. Jack Powell's on track. He's doing a lot more running based, pitch based stuff at the moment. And he's where he needs to be. So hopefully early part of the season, first week or two of the season, Jack will be available for selection if things continue to go as they are at the moment. And obviously the other one's Charlie Finney. We're just, again, similar with Longy. Obviously Charlie had an operation on both calves back end of last year, and we've got to get Charlie into a position where he needs to strengthen up his muscles and his calves so he just doesn't keep getting reactions after he tries to do so much load throughout the week. So we're just being, again, careful with Charlie and monitoring daily where he's at and what we can put through his legs at the moment.
And the games are mapped out for the players. Your pre-season games are set, where you go in. Next port of call is Stafford Rangers Tuesday night. Is it similar sort of feelings that how you play into that game, what you played against Newcastle over the weekend?
Yeah, Stafford will be very similar. It'll be 2:45s for the majority of the group, and then after that we'll probably look to start increasing minutes for certain individuals and reducing minutes for certain individuals. We'll obviously monitor what they do throughout the week, so some players might need more than others, or vice versa. Like I say, we don't want burnout too early. The players are looking fit and they're looking sharp, and we're happy to where they're at the moment.